how to make a global object in FTView Studios. I got two screens on here. I'm going to add a global object screen that's here, right underneath where your displays are. You'll have global objects. If you haven't created any, this will be blank. There won't be anything underneath it. Now if I double click on this, I'll get a global object screen. On this global object, I'm just going to write some text on here. Say this machine was Foreman 40. We'll call it a Foreman 40. Run it out. 28 bold. Let's make it black. Hit apply. Okay, so now you got a Foreman 40. So if that were the name of this machine, for say, I have it on my global objects. I'm going to save it out. We're going to call it just global. You can later on, when you start getting into the global objects and you have multiple screens of global objects, you can start using more naming convention for them. But global will work for our purposes here. So once it's saved out there, and I know I got it all ready to go, these have been saved out, and show you what's going to happen here. If I wanted to change something on these two screens, this screen 1 and this screen 2, say the text color wanted to change, I'd have to go here, go in here, change the color to yellow or whatever color you wanted it to be, you know, blue, whatever it happened to be. Once I do that and I save it, it's done on this screen. But then I have to go back to the next screen and do the same thing. This allows for more errors to happen because you're doing more clicking, more picking, instead of just doing it once or twice. That's where a global object will come into play. So this here, I can drag this out, and now it just automatically puts it on there. Same with over here, I can do that. If I try to do that with this, it'll do the same thing. But we're going to see what will happen here. I'm going to demonstrate. We'll save both of these screens now. Now each of these screens I dragged the global object to, and from screen 2 I dragged the text screen 2 onto screen 1. Now I want to change my text to red. So if I go here to this screen 2, you can see it's black. Actually, we're going to go the other way around. I want to change screen 1. Let's do that first. So let's do screen 1. We'll change it to red. Hit OK. Hit save. Now, none of this other stuff has changed. If I go ahead and close all these out, you'll see why I'm showing you that this way in a minute. I bring it up. That is the only one that has changed. Because, well, you would think that's the only one you changed, dude. Well, there's a better way of doing this, because what happens if you want it to change screen 2 to red, but now everywhere that screen 2 was, you wanted it to be red. Just because I drug it from here to here, it is the same object, but it's not a copy. It's not a direct association of this object. And you can see that by now, just because I changed that one red, it's still red. But when I bring this other one up, it's not red. So why do I got this global object? What's that going to show me? That's going to show you that if I pull up my global objects form and I change it in one place to red and save it, now you'll see these haven't changed yet, but that's where I'm closing them out. Because if something has an association and you change it and you haven't reloaded it on something that's already open, it has not reloaded it. It won't regenerate it on its own. So I always close them out and bring them up. Now you'll see that that forming changed. But not just there. That forming changed in both places. That's the nice thing about a global object. Not only is it colors, there's so much you can do with this. You can change what it says. And now if I save this out, now mind you, I gotta close them down again because they haven't been. oops, right to the alarm screen. You can see that even will change the text. Global objects are really powerful. There's some other things we can do with them, which I'm going to get into in a minute. I think I might actually write another video about that, or record another video. There's a lot of animations and things that you can do in here. Once you would have them set, you can go ahead and let's pick something and get it going. Let's go with that one. Oops. Apply, close. So now we got some animation on there. Well, if you come out here now and I close these out, actually let's open them back up. I haven't saved this yet. Show you another importance here. Well, it's already there. It already knows it's got the visibility. You can't even get to it here because of the global object. But once we save that out, that animation now belongs on each one of these screens as well. See how it's checked. If it were just a regular object, you'd be able to get in there. It wouldn't be checked. Now, there's a way that you can avert back or work around it so you can have independent animations on global objects. You would just go back to where, if you click on this, you could just double click on it and bring up your property panel because it's a global object. There's this link animations. If you say link with expressions, it will link this object to its global parent. Let's get back there. With the expressions that you have in the animations. You can drop down the box there. You can do not link, or you can link it but not with the expressions. So there's different ways that you can also tie that, which I'm going to get into in a different video. That just kind of gives you somewhere to go. So global objects are really cool. You can do it with pictures as well. Let's see, go like this. Do a quick one here. Talk through it very much. Just going to drop it and go. So put an image on here. Just throw a motor. So now if I open up my main here, bring my motor up. Let's get rid of that. So let's bring this motor over here. Let's bring up screen 2. And this screen's actually got 3 motors on it. So let's save these out. We're going to close them. I think I have to save this out. Close everything now. So everything was saved out. So now you'll see I have one motor on main. Yep, the alarm got me again. I got 3 motors over here on screen 2. If I were to say I needed to change what that motor looks like, or hey, maybe it's not even a motor anymore. Maybe now, I don't know. Maybe now it's let's see what we can get to here. Maybe it's microscope. Now if I save this, and we come back and close these out and open them back up, you'll see that microscope is taking the place of what image was actually there previously because I only had to change it in one place. That's what's nice about the global objects. I hope this helps you out a little bit with eliminating a lot of tedious clicking. Oh, change this and change that, but always do the same thing. This is a good way to speed up some of that tedious clicking. Till the next video.